brush, and then I need to look after it, and if I do look after it, it will last me at least until we're done.
So we'd made some repairs to the tiller and rubbed that all down, but what we wanted to do before we varnished it was fit it in place and make sure that the bolts went through cleanly, because what we didn't want to be doing was drilling it after we'd varnished it. So we put the tiller in place, put the bolts through, made sure everything was nice and tidy there before taking it down to the paint shop. Having got the tiller down to the paint shop, we made up a mix of 1 part varnish, but we mixed it in the 50% varnish, 50% thinner, and then gently just started to put the very first coat on, taking it nice and easy, making sure we didn't get the runs or what George described as curtains, which I thought was very funny, or that we didn't miss any bits, having what he then described as holidays. So that was 2 new bits of language that I learned: curtains for runs and holidays for dry patches. But we gave that a good coating and then left it to dry in a warm but still area in the paint shop. While that was happening, I went and had a look at the doors. These were the doors that we'd taken off of the cupboards in the saloon. They'd been taken off last week. They'd been rubbed down and given a nice tidy up, but they were in a point where they could be roughed up. So I took some very fine grain paper, 320 I think it was, and roughed them up so that they could then take their next coat. Now, having had 50-50 mix, they were going on to 100% varnish, and so we took them down into the paint shop themselves, and when I'd finished them, they were beginning to look okay. There was no obvious blemishes. Talking to George afterwards, he thinks I might have put it on a bit too thin, but it's obviously better to have it a bit too thin than a bit too thick, and we'll have a look at that later. Last week saw the water tanks, and over the last couple of days some additional bits of glass structure have gone in to help us secure that tank into place.
So, in addition to a bit of varnishing, there's been some work being done on the floor bearers. These are the bearers that are going to go above the water tank, and there's the dummy that we saw last week. Obviously, these will come out, get epoxied, and then we will bolt them in once the water tank is there. But this is all about adding a bit of structure.
Oh, today was another very pleasant day down on the boat. Normally I'm the sort of person that would put varnish or paint on with a fire hose and then mop up the damage afterwards. I did enjoy being walked through the process by somebody who had enormous experience at doing this, getting the mix right, getting the layers right, building it up nice and gently. There will be as many coats as we like on that tiller by the time we've finished, and it should look spectacular, and a lot of work yet to do inside the cabin itself. But it wasn't just varnishing. There's a lot of other stuff going on, as you saw, with the water tank, the bulkheads, and in exciting news, it looks like the engine's going to turn up shortly, so that work should start soon as well. Thank you for watching.